You wouldn't believe how many of these similar situations happen on the road literally every day. Improper flatbed securement is the name of the game, except it's not a game and you shouldn't be playing with it. Let's take a look at some more dashcam footage of accidents that happened because of improper. Alright, so how does this make me feel? It takes me out of my element. It makes me feel angry. It makes me feel like, these things should not be happening on the road. I feel like a lot of the drivers that want to become flatbed drivers is great. I mean, we all want to climb the ladder. And when you're a van driver, you want to become a reefer driver. When you're a reefer driver, then you want to do, flatbeds. After you do flatbeds, you want to do over-dimensional. The problem is that, there are a lot of companies out there that have qualified drivers, but they don't have qualified trainers. And I feel like there's a lot of companies that are not training new students properly on how to become flatbed drivers. I feel like maybe the right thing to do is, to put a student with another driver for, some time. And not only that, I think that somebody that's new to flatbeds, after he's finished securing a load, should be showing in a FaceTime, to their safety manager or somebody that's a professional flatbed driver and has done it for years and years. He or she should be showing a safety manager how they secured a load. There's the rules in theory and then there's the rules in practical, but I feel like, the training somewhere along the lines is not getting to the drivers the way it's supposed to be. So don't get me wrong, there are some phenomenal companies out there that have the proper training, but there are also some companies out there that dabble upon a flatbed division, but they don't have the right people to start this division and especially not to train new drivers. So there's a reason why flatbed drivers significantly make more than drivers doing, van and reefers. So approximately ballpark, flatbed drivers make about 75 cents per mile, where other drivers probably make 60 to 65 cents per mile. So they get paid a lot more because it's very labor intensive, because it requires securement, chains, straps, tarping. That's extremely labor intensive. Now, for those of you that are interested, the reason why I put this whole educational section together, a part of the ET Transport channels, is because I wanted to give free information out there on how to strap a load, how to chain suicide coils, how to strap down forklifts. The reason why I put these videos together from our safety team is I just want to give free information and knowledge out there for drivers who are starting out, because the roads that I drive, the roads that my family drives, the road that you guys all drive will be a better place if we train drivers properly. And that's something that I try to take upon myself, and I try to give as much free information out there as possible. And securing and cargo securement and anything that has to do with flatbeds, guys, make sure you check out the free information, that playlist that's currently on our YouTube channel. Now, if you're working for a trucking company that's pushing you to do flatbeds and you're not comfortable with it, do not move a single load without getting the proper training that you need in order to secure flatbed equipment. Any one of these accidents that I just showed you that happened on the road, we're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars in cargo claims. There was one that I showed you that probably has a cargo claim in the millions. There's 7 or 8 cars involved. There's the cargo that's involved. There's the truck, there's the trailer, the flatbed, there's the car. That's a multi-million-dollar cargo claim that is headed towards the insurance. Now, you all wonder why we're paying such expensive insurance premiums. This is one of the reasons. So not only is educating yourself important, but also the durability of your flatbed is extremely important. We here at ET Transport, we only use 53-foot roll tights Conestoga trailers manufactured by Verdun Tarps. And we've been using them for about probably 14 years now since we've opened up our flatbed division. They have designed their track with top and side impact with its industrial strength and their patented tie-down system with 102-inch wide clearance, so you don't have to worry about exposed loads on the roads out in the elements. So the reason why we use Conestoga flatbeds is because we want to take advantage of the high flatbed paying rates. But one of the things that we found was the reason that drivers do not, even flatbed drivers, the reason that they stop doing flatbeds is because of the tarping. That's the number one reason that people stop doing flatbed loads. Now, if you're able to do, you know, curtain side or roll tights where the flatbed driver does not need to tarp their load, I mean, we're talking about, you know, 8-foot lumber tarps. I mean, each piece is about 50 or 75 pounds each one of them. You know, multiply that by 3, multiply that by going on top of the trailer. I mean, that can be brutal on your body. So what we've noticed is that when you give the flatbed drivers a Conestoga trailer, then they are able to work in the flatbed division for a much longer period of time. Here at ET Transport, the oldest driver here we have is about 72 years old, still working in the flatbed division, followed by a 68-year-old that is still working in the flatbed division. And that's why we choose the Conestoga roll tights. And yes, we use the ones manufactured by Verdun because they do have 4 locations, 2 in the US and 2 in Canada. So if we're ever down or there's a tear or any problem with one of our systems, we know that we can fix them both in the US and in Canada. All right, so guys, when hauling flatbed loads out there, please stay safe, double check that it's secured. If you need to triple check that your freight and cargo is secured, because the last thing that we want is more accidents on the road. I would like to feel safe on them, and I'm sure you do too. I'm Ronen, and I'll catch you in my next video.